please. Here you are.
How many bags do you have?
This one to check in and a small one to carry on.
Okay, so one to check in and another, which is a small one to carry on. So totally, there are how many bags does the woman have? Two. Next.
Your ticket has a further connection to Bangkok and then a return connection from there.
Okay, so well, your ticket has a further connection to Bangkok. Yeah, how do you spell Bangkok? B-A-N-G-K-O-K. Right.
Yes, I'm doing some business in Jakarta and...
Okay, and what is she gonna do in Jakarta? Business. Yeah, she's going to do some business in Jakarta.
And I'm meeting up with my husband in Bangkok for a vacation.
For a what? Vacation. Wow, so she's gonna spend her holiday with her husband in Bangkok.
Well, this is a beautiful time of year for it, man. Okay, then your flight NZ17 to Jakarta leaves at 11:15 from gate 5.
From gate number 5, and oh, okay, so this is the boarding time.
And you'll hear the first boarding call at 10:30.
Oh, so the answer is 10:30. Okay, so of course, right, of course, you should write before 10:30. Yeah, it would be nice if you can arrive before 10:30. Okay, so that's about it. The last one, before 10:30. Alright, so always arrived at before the departure times. It's like 40 minutes earlier, right? At least 40 minutes or half an hour earlier, then you won't miss it. Yeah. Okay. And next, yeah. Okay. Oh, we are running out of time. Yeah. So and next, I would like you to think about a situation. So can you please turn on to page number 5, please? So, of course, sometimes we may have some problems while traveling. So now, here's the situation. Sometimes we may have difficulties, for example, the flight is delayed or the flight is cancelled, or sometimes the flight is overbooked. Right, have anyone has experience like this? The flight is cancelled, for example, due to the weather condition, or your it is delayed or overbooked. Right. So Freddie, have you had experience like that?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you want to share with us?
Philippines, for example, I need to wait like 5 hours. No, like 7 hours before one flight in El Palawan. Before the weather is not good.
All right. So.
Like strong head rainy, so they stop the flights in that moment.
Do they provide you with any compensations?
No, because that flight was cheap flight, so it's just food. They give to us like hamburger, soda.
Oh.
It's not too much.
That's for free, isn't it?
Yes.
All right. Okay. So, anyone have other experience like this? Anyone? Oh, Paul, you want to share with us?
I've had delays, but my longest one's only been about 3 or 4 hours, and probably happened to me 3 times. And depending on the airline, as Freddie was saying, the cheap airlines you don't get a lot.
Yeah.
But with Emirates, we were only delayed 2 hours, and we had a warm snack and a bottle of water delivered to us in the departure lounge. With Emirates, really seem to have a very strong customer care policy.
Because their airline ticket is like super expensive.
I wouldn't say super. Sometimes it's been the cheapest
Oh, really?
to fly to the UK from
right.
Taiwan. Not always. But Emirates and China Airlines seem to be very, very good on the customer care.
Yeah, they want to maintain their reputation. Right? Thank you for the information. So here are some problems that Amy and Gagas have. In the first situation, yeah, can you turn on your handouts to page number 6? So what would you probably do if you were Amy and Gaga. So here is the situation. Let's go check it out together. And I want you to make choices for them. Here, so Amy's situation. Amy is like 65-year-old lady from Neihu, and who wants to go traveling in Singapore with her 3-year-old grandchildren. So imagine that, an old lady who wants to go traveling with her like 3-year-old grandchildren. Wow, that could be very tiring for Amy. And of course, before she goes to Singapore, she has all the accommodation reserved, and she's get all the accommodation paid. Originally, she planned to take a direct flight from by taking Singapore Airlines at 8 a.m. However, when she arrived at the Xiaogang International Airport, she found out that the flight is overbooked. Wow, shocked. And the ground staff proposed like 2 solutions. And can you please turn to page 5? So for option number 1 is, of course, you can take off at the same day, but later time. But however, you should take like connecting flight. So 3 o'clock from Kaohsiung to Hong Kong, but 9 o'clock from Hong Kong to Singapore. Of course, you're gonna get some complimentary lunch. Complimentary means free. Yeah, you can get some free lunch, and you can get USD like $100 USD vouchers for airline ticket. Yeah, do you know what voucher is? What is voucher? Bing, what is voucher?
So basically, it's not cash. It's like
No, not cash.
it's like could be just like a ticket.
But yeah, which can give you discount.
Yeah, basically
Right.
a discount for $100 when you buy your next flight.
Yeah, that's it. So that is option number 1. Of course, if you take option number 1, you can arrive in Singapore at the same day. However, you need to take connecting flight. That's for sure. And when you arrived in Singapore, that will be like super late, because the flight will take off at 9 o'clock from Hong Kong. So probably it will arrive in Singapore at like 10 or 11 at the quickest, right? But you won't waste the money you pay for your accommodation. That is the pros. And for option number 2, you have to wait until the next day, because the departure time will be 2 o'clock next day, but it's going to be a direct flight. And of course, you can also get some complimentary hotel rooms and dinner. So if you were Gaga, what would you? If you were Amy, what would you do? All right. So that is the first situation. And in situation number 2, okay, let's talk about Gaga. Gaga is like a 22-year-old girl who just graduated from our university and has planned to go for a working holiday in Sydney for a really long time. Sydney is like her favorite place. She's always wanted to go. And all the traveling details, including pickup service, yes, she already arranged somebody to pick her up at the airport. And of course, all the accommodations are all double checked. And of course, the accommodations are all paid previously. And at first, she planned to take the Pacific Airlines from Kaohsiung to Hong Kong at 10:15 a.m. and then take a connecting flight from Hong Kong to Sydney at like 5 o'clock p.m. And for your information, the flight time from Kaohsiung to Hong Kong is about 1.5 hours. So what would you probably do if you were Gaga? And there are 2 options here. 1, of course, you can leave at the same day. However, it will be a little bit rushed. Think about that. If you take off from Kaohsiung at 2:15 p.m., of course, yeah, you're gonna be you need to think about whether you can make it to the 5 o'clock flight from Hong Kong to Sydney. You need to double check and think closely about it. And of course, you're gonna get some complimentary drink. And for option number 2, of course, flight tomorrow, direct flight. That's a direct flight from Kaohsiung to Sydney. But of course, all of the pickup service, all the accommodations, of the money you've paid will be wasted. That's for sure. And but as always, you can get a complimentary hotel.